Fucker. It's pretty hard to stay up. Is this the light? What the fuck? What the fuck? That's fine. That 14 messes that shit up. Really? Like, really? Yeah, that's what I thought. Actually, what I could probably do is this, right? Boop. Oh, just like that. Oh, wow, it was crazy. All right. It's working though. It don't matter. I already know. Hit done. Okay, fine. Don't let me change anything. Little bitch ass. Okay. Yeah, I suck. I know it. What up? Oh, bitch ass. You know who else sucks? Whizbot. Okay, Whizbot. Gonna fuck with everything? Probably. Is that avenged? Yeah, fuck Whizbot. Avenged, how you doing? Ow. And what the hell? I like the waving emotes. No, I keep getting advertisements for Epic 7. I ain't going back. I ain't going back into the hole. You can't make me. A whole 10 minutes.
Our full reveal to go ahead and show you some marathon gameplay live here from Bungie HQ, but we actually have the distinct privilege of being joined by a pretty solid contingent of the marathon development team in-house. So in addition to some of the folks we're going to be talking to on stage here in just a little bit, we wanted to take the opportunity to get to introduce you to just a few of them here before we kicked off the show. Now, first things first, someone who's been here at Bungie for a little bit and someone who has also agreed we're going to do it on film and make sure that everyone knows that you've agreed to take me on a run at some point. But Kevin Yanis, Senior Design Lead here at Bungie, how's it going?
It's going great. I'm really excited for this truly momentous day.
It's going to be a lot of fun. What about today's show are you most excited about?
Yeah, honestly, I'm really excited for the team, or for everyone to see the team's work on the runners. We've been developing these gameplay fantasies and visual for a long time. I know the community's reacted really positively to some of the previews we've given, and you know, Bungie games have this immaculate touch and feel, this great gunplay, and with Marathon, we're adding tact shooter elements to it. To really increase that depth and mastery that people expect from our games. So I'm excited to see how everyone reacts to that.
Yeah, now we're going to get to see a lot of that soon, but we're also going to get to see, you mentioned you get to work on the runners. Can you tell us just a little bit, without spoiling what's on the show, what we're going to see today?
Yeah, sure. With these runners, you're going to see they're pretty archetypical. So you're going to see different but clear and distinct fantasies and gameplay identities and roles. And hopefully people walk away from this understanding how their team compositions are going to look like and what their friends are going to play.
Outstanding. Kevin, well, thank you for being here.
If my friends play it.
As we go right on down the line, we're also joined by Senior Engineering Lead here
Although
at Bungie,
I will say, if I
Mr.
see
Sean
Tarkov shit, I'm
Sean,
out.
how's it going, man?
Hi, I'm great. Yeah, it's really good. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you for asking. That's so nice of you. For folks out there that may not know what it is a Senior Engineering Lead does, what do you do here at Bungie?
Yeah, I make sure everything works. So, like, if something doesn't work, Kevin comes and calls me, right? This doesn't work, come call me. Everything's like, call Sean if it doesn't work, you know?
I mean, it's a huge undertaking, obviously, here working in video games. It's such an intersection between art and science. Anything particular today that you're really excited for people to see?
We have a lot of cool tech that people haven't seen yet, like stuff that can happen in this game that we just haven't seen before, right? So this will be the first time they see it. I'm really nervous, and I hope everything works well.
Being nervous means you're both excited but want it to go well, so that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Well, Sean, thank you for being here today, man, too. We really appreciate it. And of course, as we go on down the line, we're also joined by Marathon's narrative director, Julia Narden. Julia, how you doing?
Really excited, Andy.
Today we're obviously going to get to show off a lot rather today here in just a little bit, but what are you most excited for people to see?
Oh man. So as you know, we've been treating this as both a reimagining of and a direct successor to the original trilogy, which means we've been taking that really rich, textured world building from the original games and using it as sort of a sacred foundation that we want to continue building on. And finally, we get to share some of that with our community today.
It's very exciting, and selfishly, as someone who grew up playing the original trilogy with his dad, it's been so much fun getting to talk story with you. Can't wait for everyone to get to see. Anything in particular, anything else that you're excited for people to get to dig into as they learn more about Marathon? We've unleashed a little bit with the ARG and everything, but any thoughts so far?
If I said it, I'd get in trouble, so I think I want to keep it a surprise.
Fair question. All right, well, we got a big show coming up. Thank you, Julia, for being here. Thank you all, too, for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate it a ton. All right, we are in final prep now, everyone. So we'll be back in just a little bit on the other side with some Marathon gameplay. Don't go away.
Brought to you recorded live in front of a live studio audience. I know what's gonna happen as soon as this starts. My door's gonna get kicked in. pop, beep, pop, beep, beep. Been avenged. I hope you're having a good Saturday. I think it's Saturday. This is Saturday. I hope everybody's having a good Saturday. Just want to make sure. At least the annoying air horn effect is out of the way. Four minutes. Wow, it's taking forever. Am I louder than it? I feel like I should be. Timer went away. What the fuck?
Bungie HQ here in beautiful Washington, where we're coming to you live with the opportunity to share a little bit of marathon gameplay with you for the very first time. My name's Andy. I work on the social media team here, and we've got an awesome show lined up for you with a little surprise at the end that you're going to want to stick around to. So make sure to go ahead and not tune out early. But no need to worry. You're not going to have to sit here and listen to me. I'm joined by some of my teammates here at Bungie to walk us through some of what we're going to be seeing today. So,
or
no time like the present. Let's get into the show. First things first, this gentleman here to my right, to your left, is Marathon's game director, Mr. Joe Ziegler. Joe, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much. Super excited to finally show something about our game, you know? We've been a little bit silent for a while, but we're hoping you'll have a lot of fun today.
Yeah, we'll have another video in addition to one of just you and your
doing good, just hanging out with the kiddos.
Exactly, yeah. I won't be talking for like 20 minutes straight this time. Yeah. I promise, yeah.
So for anyone out there that may not know
nice.
you or what you
That's
do
always
here,
a good
can you tell us just a
Saturday.
little bit about yourself?
I work with a lot of amazing people, some of the people on this stage, a lot of people who are sort of in the audience here today. My goal is ultimately to take sort of all the ideas that we have, bring them together in a singular experience and help to deliver that experience as a single thread. So just love that.
Thank you very much for being here today, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. As we go on down the line, we're also joined by a man who's been instrumental in bringing the worlds of both games and film to life, our franchise art director, Mr. Joe Cross. Joe, how's it going? Joe, for anyone, obviously you've got some fans here, but for anyone out there in the audience at home that may not know you or doesn't get a chance to work with you, can you tell us just a little bit about who you are and what you do here?
Yeah, so I'm Joe Cross. I'm franchise art director of Marathon. And my job is to sort of set the tone and the vision, the visual style of this, and reimagine this IP and this amazing game. And then, make sure that our world-class art team is set up for success. Paving the way a bit.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for everything.
Yeah.
We're going to have a lot to dig into today, so thank you for being here as well.
Thank you.
As we go right on down the line, we have, without a doubt, the most important Andrew on this stage here today, our gameplay director, Mr. Andrew Witz. How's it going, Witz? Good. Witz, for anyone out there that may be just meeting you for the first time, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, Andrew Witz. I'm the gameplay director. What basically means is I had to work with a bunch of awesome people to set up what the survival sandbox of Marathon is going to be. So that's runners, weapons and equipment, and the combatants, the UESC. They're going to be hunting players on Tau Ceti. So yeah, what up to the gameplay team? Thank you all for all your work.
And of course, last but
if you
exceptionally
don't like
not
the
least,
game, it's
someone
his
who
fault.
you've probably seen in Bungie Vidocs in the past, and someone who's been able to help guide design here at Bungie since Halo 3. The one, the only Mr. Senior Design Lead here, rather, the one, the only Mr. Lars Bakken.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lars, we're back.
You could say Marathon's back.
You could. I'll leave that to you, though. Well, for anyone out there in the audience who may not get that reference and is just meeting you for the first time, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself and what you do
So many
here?
people
Yeah,
here
my name is
just to
Lars
see how the
Bakken.
game
I'm a senior
plays
design
because they
lead
have
on the
shown
Run
nothing
team.
since they made
Shout
this
out to
weird
Run
announcement.
Team, everyone that's out there right now. A lot of fans out there. So the Run Team is consisting of, we make the maps, so the zones that you're going into, we make the activities, so we take
I have
some of the
heard nothing
cool
but
stuff
raving
that,
reviews. I
Andrew's
really want to
team
try.
I'm here, I
and
gotta
take
see.
them.
We add
Right?
UESC
Also, hi,
in,
host.
we make them real
I'd,
difficult on purpose. And then we also have
whatever.
the contracts team,
I'll fix
which
it
are
later.
the factions, the corporations that players are sort of doing deals with because they're mercenaries. And that gets a little bit down into
Show
some of the
it.
missions and everything. And so
Show it.
Yeah, that's the stuff I hopefully make everyone proud with.
Well, we'll get into that here very shortly, but no, thank you all for starters all for being here.
That's all I want.
Before we get started as well, a quick reminder, do yourself a favor, make sure you've got your Bungie and
my
your
God,
Twitch
that's what
account
I
linked to make
walked
sure you
on.
don't miss out on the Twitch drop that's going on right now. And if you also go ahead and subscribe to any channel in the Marathon directory, you can get a special little cat badge next to your name to go ahead and show everyone that you were here today. So go out there, find a streamer you haven't found before, and make sure and drop a sub out there and share the love. And also, if you have dropped your sub here on Marathon the Game, worry not, that money all goes to the Bungie Foundation, so thank you for helping us help them do some good out there. And now we have a big show again lined up. We've got some gameplay on the way coming up very shortly. We had a chance to go ahead and work with some creators and press very recently, and we're going to show you what they thought of the game. And of course, again, I'll repeat myself, but we've got something really great for you at the end of the show, so make sure and stick around. But again, the purpose of today is to show off some gameplay. Joe Ziegler, I'd love to hand the mic to you for this next part.
Yeah, so before we get started, obviously there's a lot to talk about today. We have a little bit of a taste to show you about what our game is about, just to kick us off, so we can put some images to what we've been talking about here. So let's take a look.
About damn time. Celia, how you doing?
The end of all things. But the dream is not over. My dream. Yours. Now. Run.
Okay. This looks like doing good, about to start curling my hair. Does this look like, it looks like Destiny, but with like less steps.
First things first, you saw that correctly. Marathon will be releasing just later this year on September 23rd, so you'll be able to ship out to Tau City very shortly. And in addition to that, coming just later this month on April 23rd, we're going to be running a closed alpha test that you can be a part of. Now, as a quick heads up, this is going to be focused on North America, 18 plus only. So there's going to be a big chance to play up front, but don't worry, there's going to be other opportunities to play later. So to make sure you're caught up with all the details and you're ready to go, do yourself a favor, head over to our
all
Discord,
the Destiny guys will get it first, and then
/marathon the game.
whoever else after that.
And of course, if you're here in Twitch chat with us today, then you've already done yourself a big favor. Members of our community and moderation teams are going to be going out and looking for folks to drop codes to as well to make sure that you can get priority access when the alpha kicks off. So go ahead and keep an eye out on your inbox. There's no exclamation point drops or anything you need to do, though I'm sure folks will do it anyway. But worry not, you've gone ahead and done yourself a favor by being here today. But let's get into it. What did we just see?
A lot of death, you know, is first what we all saw. But honestly, you saw a first glimpse of some of what's going on in Marathon, you know, our extraction shooter that we're creating over here. And it's got a little bit of everything.
Like Destiny,
it's got
but with less
some
steps.
runners in there. It's got some weapons in there. It's got some crazy stuff happening, but yeah.
Yeah, a little taste of the weapons in there. You saw some alternate weapon actions. The flip scope is in there, so weapons are going to do more than just shoot, obviously. It's a Bungie game. We got to like really push things. A lot of runner abilities are in there as well. The UESC, obviously a little taste of the UESC and what they're capable of. Yeah, a lot of awesome stuff.
And some fun world interactions too. Like there's that sequence where the shutters go down and then everything goes wrong for the team that's in that room. But that's, yeah, it's
Is it considered
pretty cool
child
to see
abuse
those
if you
things.
toss your
Everything goes wrong. The
toss
Andy
a string
Salisbury
cheese
story.
to your kid and end up hitting them square
Mr.
between the
Ziegler,
eyes?
so
No.
why are we making
I don't think
Marathon?
so.
Why is Bungie going in the
Unless
into
you
the
left a
extraction shooters?
bruise.
I mean, extraction shooters
Or if
like
you're
are
fastball
something that are a
throwing it.
passion of ours. Like we really like the idea of like bringing this experience that we've all enjoyed, which is this kind of intense survival-based
taste, I want
experience
gameplay.
where
Right.
you are
That's what I want.
frequently unsure of what's going to happen next, but you're on that adventurous ride of it. You know, it's like, we talk about it sort of like it's a horror story that's kind of unfolding before you. And testing yourself to see if you can survive it. And we really wanted to take that and sort of, I don't know, bring a lot more people into it. When you love something, you really kind of want to just, you know, attract others to it, and so you can have a bigger party with it. And so, yeah, we've been doing a lot of work to make that happen.
Yeah,
You know?
no, it shows. And you know, Lars, obviously, Bungie's got a long history of shooters, but this is a new type altogether for us to dive into. From your side, what's it been like designing for all of this?
It's been fantastic. So
No
when I
bruise.
started at
I wasn't
Bungie, it was on the
fastball.
multiplayer
I did
team.
toss it like a throwing
and,
knife.
I am a competitive person.
That's a pretty
in
good
my
throw, then.
nature. I really enjoy PvP.
Be proud of that throw.
And so having to take that in the marathon game and think about every single angle of every design, knowing that there will be other human beings in, around, and on the other side of it has just been fascinating and really exhilarating for myself personally, and I also know for the team.
Yeah, it's been really exciting to see. And you know, obviously, you mentioned we saw a lot. We saw some runners. Mr. Witz, can you do me a favor and help introduce these 4 runners that are going to be available when the closed alpha test begins?
Yeah, for sure. We'll have 6 runners at launch, but we're focusing on the core 4 here they're going to be in the alpha. So going left to right, we have Locust. Locust is our soldier kind of fantasy, our soldier kit, all about push forward gameplay, right? The first one in, trying to get as many picks as possible, right? Against either the UESC or other players. Next, we have Blackbird. It's a very reconnaissance-based kit, all about like figuring out where players and enemies are in general and punishing poor positioning. Glitch is like our agile disruptor kind of kit, all about pushing forward, disrupting enemy teams and what they're doing and getting out and kind of having that kind of cycle.
So it's a MOBA
Void
extraction
is
shooter.
Is our stealth boy, our sneaky boy, all about throwing down smokes, going a full active camo cloak into the darkness, getting some reses, and then taking some people by surprise. So yeah, this is our core 4 right now for
Very
Alpha.
exciting. A lot of different play styles to choose from out of the gate. And even furthermore, Joe Cross, also, if anyone's not following Joe Cross on Twitter, do yourself a favor and do so. But you've been sharing some art with these runners pretty recently out there on Twitter with everyone. You know, before the show, we were talking a little bit, and I've heard this come up a lot, but you know, you guys have been working off of this concept of graphic realism. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is and what that means for the design here?
Yeah, it's one of our ingredients that we've sort of conjured up to help us define the visual world. For these runners, you know, the first thing we wanted to make sure was their visual fantasy reflected the gameplay fantasy well. And then we sort of have our you know, unique recipe of influences and inspirations for the reimagining of this world. And one of those sort of constraints we've created is this idea of graphic realism, where we
show more than a
kind of
trailer
reduce
for
the
just
amount of
gameplay like that.
geometry. We limit our materials. We use a lot of graphic design and color. And we, you know,
Show
we
a
sort
full
of use it as
match.
a tool to onboard artists who are working on the project. And then it, you know, it doesn't hurt to have a world-class concept team cranking this stuff out. And that's, you know, that's sort of the origin of a lot of these designs.
Yeah. And you know, obviously, the world of Marathon has so much legacy to it as well. You know, as a kid who grew up playing it, I know it well myself. But like, what's it been like stepping into this world?
It's amazing. Yeah, for art geeks out there, the sort of the father of the Marathon visual world in a lot of ways is this guy, Craig Mullins, who you see art represented on the left, started out as a fan, then got incorporated into the IP officially by Bungie. And so his legacy looms super large. And we've always tried to, you know, pay attention, pay homage, make sure we were doing justice. And you can see here in the center, this is kind of a proto-runner we developed early in the process to make sure that, you know, our sort of approach to graphic realism and style lined up and sort of represented that. And then on the right here, sort of an evolution into one of our actual runners here, Blackbird, with a similar fantasy and composition. So I think it's working out well. And I think we're, you know, doing something new,
I really like that lime
but
green
also
color.
sort of looking back.
It's like a 3-panel study on how to hold the spine, right? That's what you're looking at. Yeah, that's really awesome.
I saw your snap him here now. Nikki, how you doing?
I don't know. It could be.
Excellent. Well, that said, if anyone out there in Twitch chat as well has any questions, go ahead and drop them in. We're going to try and answer as many as we can. We're going to be showing, again, a lot of stuff today. So if you've got anything that comes to mind,
More gameplay.
please feel free to throw it in there. Folks on the community team are going to be keeping an eye out. But you know, we've obviously got a chance to go ahead and dive a little deeper. We've done some telling. Let's go ahead and do some more showing by taking a bit of a deeper dive into some more Marathon gameplay.
Let's do it.
I'm CP. I'm figuring out what to play. Have you tried just playing everything?
Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter set around the mysterious and cutthroat world of Tau Ceti 4. You are a runner, a cybernetic mercenary who's given up their human form for a biosynthetic shell with unique abilities and stats, capable of both tactical and fast-paced combat. Here you'll fight in a crew of up to 3 players across a variety of zones and points of interest. You'll face rival runners in zones of up to 18 players, countless security forces, and otherworldly threats.
18 players?
To scavenge the remains of a lost colony.
How big's the
for
map?
glory and fortune.
I was playing Avowed, but
The
man,
environments of Tau
the
Ceti
gap
4
too much.
are filled with
I got
weapons,
time for that right now.
materials, and equipment you can scavenge throughout the map. Before deploying, you'll strategically build your loadout and select a runner to ensure you're equipped for the run ahead. Your objective is simple. Get in, gather as much loot as you can, and make it out alive. Die, and all your gear will be up for grabs. Survive, and your loot can be taken into future runs as you grow in power and fill your vault. Death is inevitable, but it's never the end. Think quickly on your feet and outplay your opponents, and in your next run, you and your teammates will be the ones coming out on top. And even if you're down on your luck, factions can sponsor you with a fresh loadout, so you can get right back into the fight. Bungie brings its best-in-class first-person multiplayer action to the forefront. Dynamic and tactile gunplay, runners with unique playstyles, and customizable builds create highly dynamic and strategic team fights.
Oh, so they can use their favorite
Whether you're on a
buzzwords.
zero-to-hero run or high-rolling with powerful gear, you'll need to use your best judgment when you decide which fights to pick and how. Because no matter how geared you are, players with skill and strategy will always have the edge. Marathon is designed to be played in crews, with contextual pings, shared objectives, and down but not out, to streamline playing with your friends.
I'd never keep my gear.
Death is not the end. And if you're the last one standing, you can overcome the odds to revive your teammates and get out with your hard-earned loot. And if you believe your skills alone are enough to conquer any challenge, we give you the freedom to opt out of crew fill to take all the glory for yourself as a solo runner. No 2 runs in Marathon ever play out the same. With dynamic events, variable weather, and unpredictable players, you'll have to adapt on the fly if you want to survive. Each run has a time limit, and anything can happen while you're chasing your objective. Looking to unlock upgrades or increase your faction reputation? Slip into the shadows as Void and ghost past your enemies.
Again, it just looks
Search
like
the map for
Destiny
rare
with like
materials and profit opportunities
reskip.
without being discovered. Want to push enemy teams and steal their loot? Bring in Glitch with agility implants and your strongest weapons to disrupt rival crews. Running support for your friends, grab extra equipment, shield charges, and a specialized backpack to be the lifeline they need.
Healing looks faster
You're
though.
always free to experiment with team competitions, and the only limit to how you want to play your runner is your loot and imagination. Endgame challenges, ranked play, discovering secrets, seasonal storytelling, community events, and more all await you in Season 1, where you and your friends will start to unravel the mysteries of Tau Ceti 4. Remember, you're only ever one run away from your next big score.
Wow, all the stuff that we wanted in Destiny.
All right.
That's wild.
All right. Let's get into breaking this down. So I think for starters, again, as we touched on before the break, Bungie has such a rich history with Marathon. Joe Cross, from your standpoint, facilitating this gameplay with your art style. Again, what was it like
Let's
kind
get
of
one
approaching
to me,
this
Nicky. You'll
from
keep
your
your gear.
perspective? What were you looking to do?
Build on a legacy. The
Reskinning
narrative
Destiny.
of Marathon is incredibly rich.
Man tried
and,
trick-shotting his own kid
inspirational,
with a
easy
cheese stick.
sort of inspiration for art.
You could say
I
that
also
was
love just sort of having the keys
cheesy.
to this car from this era.
Thank you.
Working on a
Thank
game
you.
from
I'll
this
see
era.
myself
I love
off.
older games. I love the way the games look from the PS1, PS2 era. So there was a lot for us, and like I said, paying homage to some of the great sort of iconic
I know.
artists.
I'm sorry.
Of the time. So,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and also we had some keen-eared folks in chat. I think it's Joey Wolfinder asked if this is Ben Starr. Yep, Ben Starr was the narrator of that piece. Excellent ear.
Great voice, right?
Yeah, super cool. Yeah.
Wonderful voice.
He's almost an Andrew Witz, but he does his best. But all right, I'm gonna put you
Unfortunately,
on the
I know
spot
where
with a
he's
tough
coming
one,
from.
Mr. Joe Ziegler. Who's your favorite runner?
Ooh, controversial question. I play a variety of them, but I will say probably the one I end up playing the most is Blackbird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Any Blackbird mains out there? I like playing Blackbird because it's a great crew.
Yeah,
runner. Like it's in terms of being able to provide a lot.
Game's
of
not even out
information,
yet.
Provide a lot of support. It's also a great runner. that
360
kinda
across
helps
the
to
map.
counter a lot of strategies that can occur, especially ambush strategies that happen. Also to catch Void out of position.
360 no
because
scope
Void's trying
with
to
the
hide.
cheese stick.
So yeah, there's a lot of versatility to how you can play it.
Very fun. Mr. Witz, I think you and I share the same
I
main.
agree, sure.
I got to ask as well, who's your go-to runner?
I split my time between Locust. I'm a very push-forward kind of player, as Joe reminds me all the time, because I'm pushing too much too
You don't
often.
even have a W key. It just goes.
I just love to go fast
Take
forward.
care of
that's
yourself.
right. And so,
try.
yeah, that push forward gameplay that Locust kind of has, right? Being like the first to try and get a pick, seeing somebody out of position, going for that pick. Also, I like to play glitch a lot too. Again, like I really love that disruption play style. I love just finding an enemy crew trying to exfil, trying to extract, and then like taking like the arm cannon and just knocking them out of like the zone, and now they're trapped with me and hopefully my teammates. Joe.
I'm scanning. I'm looking for enemies. It's good, yeah.
To that same end, actually, as you guys kind of discuss the runners,
The audience, so the audience that they have is
any movement or traversal
is all
mechanics?
the guys who
There are a
made
lot
the
of,
game.
movement and
So it's
traversal
like-
mechanics inside of the game, but it varies. Your effectiveness
very weird to
varies
ask
per
that.
runner. Yeah.
Yeah, like everything in like we're making like a survival sandbox, which means everything kind of has to have a.
Hey, you guys
cost,
at home,
right?
I know you
So,
haven't played
like,
this, and this is the
going-
first time you're
if you
seeing
wanna go
anything related to the
fast,
game.
if
But
you
who do you
wanna
main?
go fast, like Locust has like a super sprint, so to speak. Like they have leg jets that kind of come on to help you sprint even faster. That costs.
Any
heat.
Void mains?
So basically, it's almost like a stamina system,
No?
but we call it heat because we're these awesome mercenary cyborgs, right? Where like the body overheats, and so this character has like some mobility, but you overheat.
Okay, that
quite a
makes more
bit.
sense. Yeah.
So that's kind of the cost that's there, and so that's what pushes us into like
I
finding.
know, but it's still
implants that
weird
maybe,
and
like,
it's super
expand,
confusing,
like, how much,
especially if you
your
didn't see
heat
the
meter, and also give you
free
more
thing,
agility,
and you're
so you
just
can even go even
joining
faster. Right.
now.
So yeah, there's a lot of cost in the game in terms of when we place a mobility thing in there, we really want to make sure. It's like, how does this affect the pace, and how does this affect the overall survival sandbox?
I
And to
like
be fair,
that the
we're
thing
still
that
looking
they're
at
on
the
is
alpha builds.
just
We gotta balance
a
lot of stuff, 'cause some
elevated
stuff is kind of
Perfect.
sketchy. Yeah.
built wooden floor
No, it's no, we have a lot
with a
to learn.
carpet
That's why
thrown
we're
on
doing
top
this.
of it.
Yeah, I mean, and actually, while we're talking about kind of those finer details, Witz, I'd love to still kind of bug you a little bit. In Marathon, build crafting is a big deal. What does that mean in the world that you guys are building?
Yeah, and so like the runners are essentially like a base, right? And so each runner has, they have a bunch of implants that you can kind of find that do kind of wild things, and like as they go up in rarity, right? There's a lot of stats.
Like
so
you can see it
increase
behind them.
your
It's just
resistance to certain
wood.
things. So like tox is one, so you can essentially be poisoned, right, as our tox. And so you can build up resistances to that. You can increase your agility. There's shields, obviously, to make you a bit more durable. We have cores. Cores are really cool. They basically give you like extra passives. And at the base rarity, like they have these kind of passives that you kind of play around. At the highest rarity, they are specific to the runner kit that you have, the runner you're playing. And what they do is they really augment your abilities wildly, right? So you can, you're doing one thing and then you get like a core specifically for glitch, and now you're like, oh, my double jump is a triple jump? Like that's how much we want to kind of push that, so that gear really matters. And so builds are the
Build crafting, Bungie's favorite buzzword.
The implants, the cores, weapons, weapon attachments. Weapons have like a
So
pretty cool
Cyberpunk's
progression
means
too.
Destiny
We
Extraction?
have gold mobs, which are kind of like the highest end of the attachment pool. They're essentially like exotics in our game, right?
The
What
little
is
bit
the
of gameplay
exotic
I've seen,
version
it
of
looks
this
like
Magnum that can
a
do some wild
reskinned
stuff?
Destiny.
So yeah, like really, it's the entire package together is what the build crafting experience is in Marathon.
That's super exciting. And actually, to that same end, we got a question in chat as well from, I think, Firex is how you pronounce it. How many players are going to be in each map?
18. They said that in the
varies per
fucking
map.
trailer.
Yeah,
Oh my!
varies per
Oh my
map.
God!
The
Oh my
footage
God!
that people have seen a lot of Dire Marsh. We support up to 18 players.
Excellent. Okay. All right. So going to be room for
Like
a lot
they
of play
said in the
styles.
trailer thing.
To that same end, I know we talked a little bit about Void earlier as well. Lars, can
Blame
you walk us
angry?
through maybe
No, I
your
just
play style
I
when
don't
you're
support
approaching any of these
stupid.
Sure, yeah.
Let's go ahead and sell out the best
I have to
strategy.
give away my secrets. So Void is really fun for me because
Iron Back has
it leans
booties.
into this
What's
part
this?
of my
So this is a
personality
new
that
game
is,
that's
like,
coming
very
out later
devious.
this year.
And so,
Or
if
2025?
you go on a
Are we in
run with me,
2025?
I'll be
Am I
like, hey,
done?
any claymores you see, let me know. And
Yes.
I'm putting those in
Comes
my
out later this
backpack,
year.
And I'm doing crazy
I love this
things
commentary.
like, okay, so Void has a prime ability that sends out, I think you saw it in the video, it sends like a wall of smoke that
It's a
sort of like your
future-
home base.
it's
When you do that, it's a
An
portable.
old game that they
Because when you go
reskinned to
in
be
that,
an
you
extraction
become
shooter.
Invisible, you get automatic active camo. So I'll do things like
Also, welcome back,
set
Avenge.
that
What
up
booty-
to
what booties did
make
you get?
people believe I'm doing one thing and then do another. So a lot of subversive things. I'll go in there and I'll claymore the inside, right? Someone comes in after me, they're gonna have a very bad time. But I also do things like I'll go to a place in the zone where there's high tier loot and I'll claymore it up and then close all the doors and leave and be like, I wonder if anyone's gonna show up. And then sure enough, maybe 5 minutes later, I see the shield crack in the HUD and I'm like, yes, I can go back and see what's going on. So yeah, that's how I like to play.
Yeah. How about you, Joe Cross? What's your go-to?
Well, if you know me, I'd rather look good and lose. So I generally
Caesar salad
pick
with
the
this
runner with the coolest
spinach
helmet. And
patata.
in
Nice.
this lineup, I think that's clearly Blackbird. As far as my play
No,
style,
flashbacks over the
I'm
past
typically
5
just a
years.
decoy.
Yes, we're in
So-
2025. Oh my God.
Joe, go over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it looks really great.
Yeah, exactly. Just stand in the open for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the end of my run story.
Fair. Well, we want to thank you all for your collective sacrifice. We appreciate it. So actually, to that same end,
Opposed to
obviously we
picking
do a
the
lot of
Discord?
playtesting here internally.
do.
Witz, I know you mentioned you've got a folder of some of your best plays, but what are some of your most memorable runs so far?
You could
Some
show
of my memorable runs are
like a
really
full
when,
gameplay run.
I think I'm going to be doing one thing, right? Like,
Thoughts?
okay, I'm going to do a contract. I'm going to be going here. I got to
What's
go
a
into
contract?
this room. I got to interact with this device. And I think it's like I'm
Could
safe,
show this
like
stuff.
I'm kind of doing like a routine thing. I can get in and get out if I'm like smart about it and really kind of listen for what's going on. Like there's no UESC around. There's no players around. And oftentimes there's another player. Like the best moments is there's another crew that are going for the exact same thing. And there's this moment of like you're about to turn the key to get into a locked room, and then the other team is right there, and you're like, oh crap, like, and then you're like, this is all out war in like a hallway that seems to be like a regular hallway, but now it's just like it just gets crazy. And so I think those are the peaks that happen where there's these tense moments where you're trying to do something that lead to these very quick crescendos where, these mercenaries kind of going crazy, like all these players are jumping in.
You make it sound like you're playing so carefully, but you're not.
Listen, the tactics are happening fast.
Okay.
They're
It's
going,
just processing
they're
power.
going,
is what it
like,
is.
yeah, the math is going. Like, it's happening.
It's improvisational, right? It sounds like, I mean, runs can obviously entail a lot, but we also have a question from Sharky218. Is loot going to be just weapons, or is there going to be more for people to go after while they're out there in Tau City?
There's a ton of loot.
There's a ton of
loot. Yeah, there's implants, there's cores, there's equipment.
Ain't talking about shit.
There's
Grenades.
Consumables. Yeah.
Talk about grenades.
Yeah, there's
Avenge, that looks really good.
We have a bunch of different types of grenades in the game as well that you can loot in the world. We have valuables. We have backpacks. Yeah.
Good show it.
Attachments, weapons, materials,
Just throwing that out there.
keys.
Straight up, just show a
bunch of
full-fledged
stuff
match.
too
One
that
singular match from
we're
beginning
just
to end
gonna
with
call
multiple
valuables, but, like,
POVs of all
there's
the players in the
times when
lobby.
you're running low on
Right.
money and you're like,
Especially
I just need to
since
do
they
a
haven't
valuables
said
run right
anything
now.
about
I
this
need to
game
pick up these things and get my money, you know,
up
into my
until
space
this
bank,
point.
so.
Space Bank, yeah.
You know, that actually is a good segue from, and I'm not making this name up.
Or
Fallen
just show a
Hobo
full combat
asks,
encounter.
What do I do with the loot when I extract? Like, why does it matter in the long run?
Because it's an extraction
Yeah,
shooter.
there's a variety of reasons. So a lot of it was related to sort of our factions and contract system. But if you want to talk a little bit about that, Lars.
Yeah. I mean, we've got this entire system we call factions. You're doing contracts, they're like missions, and you are being greeted originally by AI representative because you are a mercenary. You don't really have allegiance to anyone. They are going to pay you to
Is it
do
a
these
HUD or is
jobs,
it
and
like
so they'll give
Tarkov
you
where
these
you
missions
just
to
click a
do.
menu and go like, contract from
and
this
as you're
dude?
doing these missions, like Andrew said,
It is so
sometimes you run
yummy. That's good to
into,
hear.
danger. But the cool thing about, I think, a lot of the faction and the contract system is like you could complete the, download the agricultural survey from this one area on one of the zones.
How do
and
you
you're,
do that?
You're doing the thing.
Could you
and
show
you've sort
that?
of done it. So even if you die, you've still made progress there, which I think is a really cool aspect of that feature. But then there's also this other meta layer where as you're working with the different factions, they allow you to upgrade yourself over time. And so you can increase your heat meter, you can increase your loot speed, things like that.
I was gonna say, you're trying to get as much loot as possible to meet the challenge of the world, right? Like essentially, different missions get harder over
This
time,
shit was so
right? Which
random.
means you want
I
to
was not
have
expecting that much.
more loot on you,
What, the
so
branch
you
or the
can
egg?
survive longer. So just in general, be able to do fight all the different hostile entities in the world. Like get through there's a POI on a zone that's heavily fortified by UESC and all of the different units that are there, the snipers, the assault units. Like you want to be able to not only withstand that and players. So there's a lot of reasons why you want to get loot in the game.
And honestly, like a lot of the loot translates into things like upgrades, that you utilize through the factions. But there's also an in-game
extraction
store
shooter.
called the Black
Faction
Market,
shooters,
where you
their
can use a
purpose
lot of your
is to
currency and
loot,
things like that
then
to actually
leave.
re-equip yourself
Rinse,
if you go on a bad
repeat.
run, or to upgrade yourself if you need anything from that space. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons to get a lot of good loot out. I don't think I'm ever short of reasons to get loot out.
That just says something else about me, though. I'm just a loot goblin.
Will there be
sometimes
wipes?
Extraction shooters also can be seen as kind of hardcore and maybe tough to get into. What are some of the things that you guys are doing to make them easier to dive into?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things that we could talk about. One is we are obviously investing, besides doing a little bit more onboarding in the front end, so players can understand a little bit about what the nature of the game mode is. We're also doing a lot to make combat something that's a little bit more approachable, but also just equally as deep, and have pretty wide things. But I think Andrew could talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to make this is like a Bungie shooter, right? We want to make sure it's approachable. We nail those fantasies. Every button press feels awesome, right? And so really trying to bring that kind of morph the Bungie action game into in the survival space, where again everything kind of costs something, right? Getting shot, you're not going to have a limb system where your limb's broken or anything, but you will guns do stopping power, right? Which they can knock you out of sprint, they can slow you down, right? Status effects are still in the game, and so if you are hit with a chem grenade, right, you're going to be toxed. You can be immobilized, right, which really slows you down.
What,
you can be
show
overheated.
gameplay?
There's all these things, and that pushes you into using consumables
The
and
difference
making
between
sure you
those
get the answer for
other
these things that happen. So
things
we're trying to make sure that you keep the depth of the survival game, but the approachability of the action.
The difference
game, right?
between
So
like
that's how we're
other
trying to
games and
marry
then
that
this one
together.
is
In addition to
they
that, if
announced
you,
this one and
have
showed
some bad
fuck all
runs,
for
right,
it for a year and a
you don't have
half.
a lot of, you see your loot kind of going
They didn't
out. We
say
have
anything
the
on it. They
sponsor
released an
kits, like
ARG.
we kinda talked in the video earlier,
So
where
nobody
it's
knows
a
any
package
gameplay
of,
on it.
Gameplay items like weapons or
Like
equipment,
nothing
or maybe a
at
shield
all.
or something, or consumables. That's kind of like the
Just
floor for
trailers
what
of
we think
gameplay.
you can be really,
We haven't
like,
even
you can
gotten
be
that. The
capable
one,
in
the
environment
original
and actually,
trailer
like,
we
fight
got
other
was just
players that
a
actually are
runner
killed out.
running
So
down
you're
a
never
hallway
feeling like,
and then
well,
getting
the
shot
goal is that you
off
can always
screen.
clutch, even if you
And
find
then just
somebody
bleeding
who's
in the water.
completed kitted out in like really high-end gear. 'Cause
That's it.
the payday, right?
That's all we've
like
gotten.
The beauty of the moment of like, oh my god, I took this player, and oh, they have the best shield in the game. Hell yeah, you know.
Yeah. Never hurts. I mean, obviously, going to be a lot of good pointers for folks at home taking notes for when they get a chance to get into the alpha. But we'd be remiss if we also didn't mention how a big part of what we do here at Bungie is working alongside our community, which is why we've also had the chance since about 2022 to work with hundreds of different creators in our community as well, to go ahead and get some of their feedback. So to those of you out there that have joined us, thank you very much for your time and your opinions. They mean a lot. But no need to listen to me talk about it. We actually just last week had a bunch of folks in here to go ahead and play test the very same alpha build that some of you will have a chance to join in on as well. So I vote I go ahead and let you tell them about it in their own words.
You kind of feel the blood pumping.
Got him, got him, got him. Down them all again and 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 again.
This is a new world. This is a different
They're really
take
keeping
on an
everyone in the dark.
extraction shooter.
No! No, they got out!
It's game changing. It is literally game changing.
Yeah, because you're.
This is such an exciting time for us. You are the first group outside of Bungie to playtest our alpha build.
Fuck, sniping at that range though.
Look daddy up, let's go.
Okay, I am ready and up. Whatever you two are. Yes, sir. Oh, we are bringing some money in this time.
Quick read.
Oh, you looking around? See
Yeah,
who's,
I'm gonna see who we're gonna read with.
Alrighty. Bio research is right next to us. You want to do the intercept?
Yeah.
You just want to grab that real quick? Yeah, we can do that. You want to get going?
Yep, Medro.
Finally.
That should be a good one.
That's all we wanted. Jesus.
I didn't actually. I've not been there yet.
Okay, there's...
Oh, yeah.
So, for the gang, there is fall damage, and it is severe if you
There
drop
is. I got a mod
on the-
earlier that like drastically reduces it.
Yes.
So there are ways to reduce it.
I may have just exploded my kneecaps.
If you dash right before you hit the ground,
When you hit the ground,
don't take
it saves it.
damage.
It'll break the fall, yeah. Happens to the best of us.
AI on the right.
The map doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, more AI inside the little shrubbery compound over there.
A hostile unit is calling for reinforcements.
Sorry. Excuse me, sorry.
You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Okay, still heading to field maintenance.
Yep.
Oh, I got AI over here like crazy.
Oh my god, he just jump up. Are we killing them or ignoring them?
AI with a snipe up above is looking at me.
I need some bits ammo. Guys, follow me. There's a green punk right there.
There's 36 underneath.
Oh yeah, here I think.
Clear. Down one.
I hit one for it to kill, but I'm
Down two.
Hey, sniping looks good.
down.
That's all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at the damage of it. Actually, you want to do the HPD? Over here. Red looks like
There's a little map timer on the top left.
Either way, I'm getting shredded right now.
What in the Halo am I watching?
Clear the AI outside
Bungie.
first.
Loving the animation. Healing seems quick, not too long. Reload seems speedy too.
Yep. That's a purple one.
You got self revives.
Wait, the one that's at fire like 5 knees are elite.
With Grenadiers, yeah. They're pretty great.
Not gonna lie, with this gameplay, I'm intrigued. I'm also intrigued.
What do you have on your little guy?
They do have the backpack systems though, like from Tarkov, but I think that's like unavoidable at this point.
That's what we need, right? Mechanical static.
But from all the gameplay trailer, it looks like it was played with controller.
Yeah, I'm inside with them.
So it should be a little bit more feasible.
We have the mechanics kit. It doesn't take anything. You're just good. Yeah. I'm unlocking the box. Yeah, dropping in big ones too.
Claymore. How do I make a futuristic Claymore? Let's make it bright red. This reminds me of D&D and I'm really digging it.
Oh. Yeah. That's gotta be. It's gotta be.
I played one of shields. There's a loot up there, huge absolute.
I also like that it's giving a lot more information than like other extraction shooters.
Where are they?
They're on the balcony.
Like you have armor crack symbols and stuff like that.
I got one knocked. Nice.
That's
annihilated, dude.
The MOBA abilities though.
I'm out of ammo.
I don't know. I'll have to see.
Yeah, I would say it's a self-res.
Yeah, there's a sniper.
Freaking no! It's a Brian! Kill him, he's a fiend, dude.
I'm coming to you, Ben.
Yeah, I see him. Don't underestimate this guy.
Oh my god, that's it! He killed 2, I think it's 1v1. Ben, you knocked one, I knocked another.
Good stuff. I literally only have a sniper.
A unit is signaling for reinforcements.
Okay, the knock I had was way over here. I don't see anybody over there yet.
Got a little orange bar underneath the crosshairs stamina.
I reckon he's gone to res.
So this is Halo meets Tarky and DMZ. Got it?
Yep.
I wouldn't even say Tarkov, because Tarkov involves a lot more tedious shit.
Sniped a sniper.
Yeah, right on me. Just player. I mean,
I would say Halo meets DMZ. With a little bit of Destiny thrown in.
I'm underneath.
Also feels like we're going backwards with games.
Are they well?
Kinda.
What is that now?
Knocked one. Coming. Got one left.
But Robbie, how you doing?
I get shot on the right side.
I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing?
No, they're close.
Hopefully you're doing good.
I got no tags.
Have you gotten to play New Verdansk?
You got eyes? Yeah, A1. Is that him up there?
And what are your thoughts and opinions on Verdansk?
Yeah, hear him.
They have the same stuff going on. Nothing that makes me like, oh, that's
No, you said we were shooting in here. They were shooting something in here.
the same stuff going on. Nothing that brings me in like, oh, that's new. Well, there's only so much stuff that you can do now. Most video game companies are
I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling pretty
shareholder based now, so they gotta get stuff out quicker. Can't sneak in with a screaming goat, Spinny.
That was good. That was a good run.
Yeah.
Extraction shooters are still an untapped market. Well, because they all try and mimic Tarkov, and I feel like that's like the bad way of doing it.
Yeah, loot container key. Isn't there one of those around here?
Yeah, it's right here.
That's the hunter knife.
Thought.
Oh, maybe not.
Oh, I knifed one.
We're not gonna see new stuff until a bunch of stuff gets out. Something new for the BR players, I guess. I play it for 2 days at most. What, this game? Or Verdansk. It also doesn't help that people don't want change in their games for some reason. They all just want the old stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Something's sucking me.
Stop sucking him. It's a purple shield.
Most video games are viewed as multi-million-dollar investments as well.
Reinforcement signal detected.
I feel like most
found
companies
a
are
purple
just
enemy. I heavy knifed
trying to
it
make the
4
safe
times
bet. That's
and
what,
had
yeah.
to dump a full mag into it.
Right. First get the right.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, games that take risk, indie games, because they don't have the corporate backing.
Yay! I don't want the
Yeah, dang.
conquest. LMG. I should take it, but I don't want it.
But here, take this.
Long
Take
shot.
this.
I'm saved. What's the question marks again? That are on the map?
Oh, I think those are the players.
DMZ was
right?
amazing when it released. DMZ was awesome
Like
Like
this?
the cash players?
Yeah, I don't
because
know.
it was different for Call of Duty, and
Where?
unfortunately, it was too different, and people didn't like it. But now people are missing it. The gamers don't really know what they want, and that's like the most annoying part.
Purple shield, I knocked one.
I knocked
I
one.
do like the whole PvP/PvE. Well, that's what this game is.
Found him.
PvP, PvE, all the good
Prepare
stuff.
for increased hostile action.
Glitch is moving, Glitch is moving. Behind, yeah, Glitch is behind you at the moment. White shield, white shield.
Oh, she's scared. She's scared.
Down, down. Very good.
Very, very nice. I called the purple.
No. COD gamers, they never know what they want. No, gamers in general. I'll do this fight as an ex-Destiny player.
Yeah, I want the frickin' purple. There's a green on this
Purple shield. Who has that?
one. Me.
The big items, the big drops, the stuff that's like really high value, they're like,
Also, hi Furry, how you doing?
Doesn't matter if I'm playing Lucas or Void or Glitch. If I've got a better aim, I'm going to win. There's no other extraction shooter like that where I can have that kind of gameplay.
When people find out about some of the secrets and stuff, they are going to lose their mind.
Or 90% agree. Gamers don't know what they
Playing
want. I'll
so
chat
far
this.
has just been
It's every
refreshing,
game.
I'd like to say. Everything felt really locked in.
This being sort of the next full Bungie experience is an exciting moment.
The game is inherently fun. I just want to play more.
September 23rd.
All right, so obviously having those creators in was a whole lot of fun. Getting to work with both creators and players alike has been a privilege. It's been a great time getting to set that up, and of course, I promise
I'm part
I'm
of
not
the
saying
other
this just because I
10%.
work on the social media team here, but if you head over to our YouTube channel, we have a full 20-minute version of that. So youtube.com @MarathonTheGame is where to find us. Also, same with all of our other socials, as long as I'm at it. But Lars, obviously, again, like we talked about before that video, we're familiar with working with our community really closely, but have we ever done it this early or at this scale before?
So I've been at Bungie for a while now, since the Halo 3 days, and I think the thing, even since my time, we've been really good about is working with players, working with the community. It's something we take pride in. And on this
Established
game in
jiggle physics?
particular, yeah, we brought people
not
in,
that horny.
players in much earlier into the process than I think we ever have before, and it's given
Part
us
of that
really good
90%?
insight. You know, we tell them when they show up, be brutally honest, because that's how we learn.
What's
that's
your
how
point?
we understand what needs to
Nobody
change,
like
what
it. Well, the
needs to get better.
snipers look good in
I
this.
think it's been really great.
A ton of fun. I mean, even again, like these folks were all here last week. You guys were in there with some of you playing as well. What was it like?
Oh, it was super exciting. Yeah, I mean, like when you have a lot of there was a combination of players who we've
Nearly
been
half a
engaged
million
with for a
people
long
watching
time,
this.
and some players who were brand new. And
Everyone needs a
it was
new
great to
main
see sort of
game.
like the mix of the both.
I will say a
especially
majority of
when
them
you
are
got some
probably
higher-level
D2
skilled
players
who just
freaking out
joined
that
in
their
and
game is probably about to
immediately got
die.
it and started destroying everybody, like like tens, and Lupo was in there, and but yeah. Yeah, you had some pretty awesome moments, didn't you?
Yeah, so it was pretty amazing to jump in, and I'm gonna throw Nick under the bus for a moment here. Like, apparently he was on the team with Brian and Jeff Keighley, and they were not having success. Y'all were like destroying them,
Clearly
the
Nick was the
creators.
problem.
And, yeah, it's probably
I
your
agree,
team that
Nick
was
is the
destroying them.
problem.
So I was brought in as like a hired gun to help get Jeff through, and
What Flame said?
Thank you.
I did my job.
I'm not wrong.
Mission accomplished, Lotus. Yeah.
They've been freaking out about it
Seems
since
to,
the
honestly.
announcement.
Which also, though, you were saying you were
Gonna go make
observing a little bit as
breakfast.
well,
Fill me in
maybe
when I
not
get
playing
back.
quite as much.
Okay,
What was it
sounds
like,
good.
from
Well,
your
I'm probably
perspective,
gonna
getting to see all those
when
folks
this
jump in
live
and
stream's
play the
over,
game
I'm
for the first time,
ending.
some of
So
them.
I mean, it was awesome. It's awesome like
because
playing
I gotta
the
go
game for
upstairs
so
and I
long,
gotta
right?
help
And seeing other people play the game. It's
Mom
just a
with some
great
stuff.
feeling, right? For like the whole team. You get to see things that you designed for happen, and in real life, right? You see people who are like being hunted by other players that take refuge by like we're a heavily fortified area, and watching the
Gross.
UESC
Yeah.
equalize a little
But she
bit.
promised food, so.
Moments like that was great. There was another fight that was like it looked so fun, but also hilarious, but also like really like. It was like a great time, but also really tense. There was two crews that were fighting under the dire marsh map. There's a bunch of tunnels and stuff like that, and they were fighting in the tunnels. And the fight was literally like almost one by ones, like three.
Would I
and
be
three,
considered a toxic Warzone player?
Constantly moving towards each other
If I
and
put a
fighting in the
thermal on the
hallway.
HDR?
The person in the
No.
front dropping meds for people in the
That
back.
is what we
changing
call
positions.
Mwah.
And that fight went into
Magnifique.
like little vents as well. So it was like this it was this hilarious chase that was like
Enjoy your
it was
breakfast,
super
Nikki.
tense because you didn't know exactly whether you were going to get third party, and they were
Said you
just,
food to keep streaming.
Like the volume of the room kept on going up from
Don't do
those
that.
two crews because they were just like, where are they going to get flanked? There's another vent right there that could pop up from there, and they were shooting vents just like.
What's your
just
current
pure
game of
paranoia.
choice?
It was,
I'm
it
back
was
to
awesome.
RuneScape.
It's
I'm
like,
currently
obviously,
playing.
and you, again, we were mentioning you got to play. Were there any other creators you got to dive in with?
Oh yeah, I was on a team with Valkyrie and
The
Katamina,
first Descendant, and I'm
we had
kinda
a lot of
just
fun. There was,
bouncing
like,
around
a couple
games
moments
at the
where we
moment.
had where we bunkered down underneath.
Like I said, I don't like all the changes they made to
tunnels are
D2.
dangerous, and they were fun. But we basically created like a little claymore nest down there, and so we were baiting
Like
them down
I've been
into it.
yesterday. I played
And,
Marvel
yeah, it
Rivals.
was
I
pretty
played
successful.
Repo.
I'm telling you, the claymore strats are good. Don't sleep on claymores. They're
Pretty
good.
solid.
Yeah.
Lars is like, I know.
Yeah.
So even in
But yeah,
addition to
I'm
these,
just kinda
these
bouncing around all
creators,
over the place.
the legacy of Marathon's community.
I just
goes so
downloaded
long,
Devil
so-
May Cry,
goes so
all the
far, rather.
games, so I want to do a run
as
through of all
someone
that
who's
on
played
stream.
a lot of Aleph 1 in the past as well myself, back on my
Probably in
titanium G4
chronological
power
order
book
of the
so
games.
long ago.
I think
Bringing
that
the
sounds
Aleph 1
fun.
team was really really exciting.
I
You guys
used
had
to
a chance
do
work with
a
them as well,
variable
isn't that right?
Zoom site on the
I mean, it's
LMG
super
with
exciting to sort
100
of connect
round
to the
box
heritage of
mag.
Marathon, right? Like to keep that alive as we're sort of building this new world.
That's the
And
kind
so
of
working
toxic
with the
I
Aleph
used
1
to
team
be.
has been really awesome with the Marathon Classic.
I
on
never
Steam,
tried First Ascendant.
is the
It's
release that they
free.
had, as well as the Marathon Classic 2, I think, is on Steam as well.
Yeah.
It's
But
like
yeah, both those, it's just been like sort of connecting the threads. If that
it's
makes
like
sense,
Warframe, but minus all
sort
the
of remembering
bots,
past as we're
like the
sort of
robots,
building this
the
new,
robot aspect.
Well,
It's just people
we're
killing
re-envisioning
monsters.
in a lot of ways of what
But
Marathon is.
Warframe's leaning
Actually,
towards
kind of on
having
this topic
actual
as well
people
about
now.
the
So.
dangers of the world. We do have a question from Twitch chat.
I'm looking at it now. It doesn't
are
look
there
bad.
dangerous
No.
PvE encounters? Obviously, you've
Like I said,
mentioned
I enjoyed
the
it a lot.
UESCs out there, pardon me, and you should underestimate them at their own
Warzone,
peril.
Clone
But
Hero,
can you
single
tell us a
player.
little bit
Oh,
more
I
about
have been
maybe
playing
some
a
of
lot
those
more
emerging threats that await players?
Warzone as of
Yeah,
late.
absolutely. There's the UESC security units that are out there. There's a bunch of different types that do different things. So watch out for them. We also have
I love
ticks,
Warframe back in the day.
which
I might give
are
it a bash.
these Wonderful,
Yeah, if you're familiar with the
surprising,
Warframe mod
explodey,
system and stuff like
fauna.
that, then
Yeah, they run at you.
First
they run at
Descendant,
you, explode
you'll
on you,
kind of like
and they have you have to like, shoot the
ease into
nests
that really
actually
easily.
to get rid of them essentially. Otherwise, they'll keep coming. And there's a bunch of hazards and stuff that are like be on the map as well. Like we have a bunch of like tox rooms and all kinds of surprises that await players. And yeah, in the alpha there's a few, but
What's
we
the
got a lot.
scariest UESC unit to you?
The scariest unit? The Ghost Commander for me, for sure. The Ghost Commander, their ability is like they go into active camo and they actually have clone. They
Like
have
you
a bunch
said,
of
it's free,
like
no harm in
clones that
trying
go
it.
out there,
Yeah.
so you think you're not sure which one to shoot, and then by the time you recognize which one is actually the real one, right?
I've also been
it's
playing
like, it
Star
may
Rail,
be
but that's
over for you,
my
but,
phone game, and I won't
that's-
stream
that's
that one again.
The sniper, also love the sniper as well. We really want to have these prolonged sniper fights that are really great against the UESC, and if you manage to really push them and they notice you're pushing, they'll punish you for that too. So, like, yeah, definitely be careful of these units. Tread carefully.
Not to be trifled with, right?
And the recruits, honestly, the recruits, like, have this rush down that they do. If you're not too careful and knowing where they're going to be flanking you and rushing you down from, like, yeah, we're purposely making them these formidable foes that you can't
do
get
hope the
treasure
map isn't
out of the
that
world
small.
easily, and they're guarding it, and they're doing a pretty damn good job.
You can't ignore them either. Once they're on your set, you kind of got to figure out a way.
There's 18 people in AI.
Also, too, we've got another question from, I believe, Shepsky. Can a team be composed of any number of runner types, like 3 Blackbirds, for example?
Yes, they showed that in the
Absolutely,
trailer.
Yep. There's no restriction on how you assemble your crew. You can all play the same. You can create a meme comp if you want. Or you can diversify a little bit, and sort of try to use each other's utilities. But we've seen them all. It's been really cool to see
I
kind
couldn't
of the
be a
different combinations
questionnaire
we've
guy.
seen. Yeah.
But you may never know, like those 3 different players that are playing Blackbird, they may have very different builds and what they're gearing towards in Blackbird.
Also, due
right?
to
Like,
18
there may
players,
be
how long the
some,
matches look like?
some
It
of them,
looked like it was
one of
about
them
20
may actually have
minutes,
implants that
but I don't
allow
know if
them
that's
to go
the
in active camo. That's not a specific thing for a runner.
alpha
So we're
test
purposely trying to make it so that
thing, or
you
if
can
it's
diversify.
like
I did see
actual
the shield
gameplay.
wall comp, which is like basically 3 locusts in like in the playtest from last week. But yeah,
let's go. So again, obviously it's been
Hoping
so
the
much fun to hear you
Battlefield's
guys
closer
even
to the
talking about
older
this
ones
game and the
than the
experiences
newer
you've had.
ones. I think everybody's
you've been
hoping
building
that.
a world that's really ripe for players to tell their own stories in. Again, with the closed alpha on the way
Oh,
on
that
April 23rd, as players
proves
finally
my
get
point.
a chance, some of them to jump in.
Is that Pink
What are
Panther?
some of the stories you're most excited for them to get to dive in and maybe tell themselves?
Oh, so many. I mean, there's so many different stories that I think are that we're looking forward to seeing happen, especially ones that we've never even seen.
If it's
before,
20
but,
minutes, I'm cool with it. Quick in and
getting
out,
onto
not
the
too
planet,
bad.
like honestly,
Yeah,
just trying
especially
to
if the map is like
survive
that
amongst
big.
all of the different threats that exist there, the dying. When our trailer says death, it's death. There's a lot of death in the game. The learning from it, the challenging yourself, the getting back up and trying to do something
CBA with
new.
Warzone.
It's gonna be exciting.
So
I'm
if you
sure
want
there's
my
plenty of other
FPS
things.
I'm curious, Mr. Cross. What are you expecting?
I mean, I'm had the fortune to.
I'm stupid. I don't know what
launch Destiny
CBA is.
and
I CBA
and
with
now Marathon. It's always
Warzone, so if
amazing
you
to
want my FPS
put
fix,
something
it's
out into the world that you've been
CSGO
working
or
on,
BF4.
Sort of in a bubble for 6 years or something like that, and have the players experience the visual
be
world
arsed.
for the first time.
Oh,
It's
it can't be
amazing.
ball. Oh, okay. So it can't be arsed with
Introducing the
Warzone.
IP
So if you
into
want
the
my
world,
FPS
sort
fix,
of
it's
beyond the
CSGO or
game.
BF4. That's fair.
And sort of the culture it creates. Always excited to see like what the
Never played
the fans tell
CSGO, and I
us what
couldn't
the
play
game is and
Battlefield
what the
because I
metas
always
are and what the
I
IP
was
is,
stuck
and so
as
that
Chopper
exchange
Pilot.
is always amazing.
Yeah, check out the Discord. It's getting wild in there right now. Wits, how about you? Anything come to mind on your side?
I'm just really excited for folks to discover the content and play with it in interesting ways. We've been making this meal for a bit. It's just time to see folks play, right? Like we've been making the sandbox for a bit. We've been working together on all the activities and
It's been a
everything
ton
in the
of fun.
world,
We've
right?
been
It's
eating
just
it
really
up.
excited to see
Ever played CSGO?
people react to it
Ever?
organically.
Yeah, I have never
and
played
learn from
CSGO ever.
Very
I'm also curious to see which runner will be the crowd favorite. Out of the end. I have theories.
I know you have
I'm
many
gonna say.
theories.
Yeah.
Well, chat, Discord, let us know. We'd love to hear what you guys are thinking.
Absolutely.
But that brings us to
ain't
just
missing
about the
out.
conclusion.
That's what I
of what's been a
figured.
very action-packed show. So for starters,
The
guys,
only
thanks so much
so
for
the
being here
only
today.
thing I've
Really
seen on
appreciate it.
CS:GO
Thank you so
is
much.
when
And thank everybody out there. Like our team is literally sitting behind these cameras here, and they're amazing.
I think his name is
You
Fitz.
should give yourselves a hand.
When Fitz and his buddies are doing like skits and just talking over the gameplay, or just the opening of packs for
there's an immense
gambling.
amount of staff here that has been super gracious and kind to come and help work with us on this. So just want to make sure all of you, let's give you a hand too. You've been doing an amazing job. Thank you.
That's right. So again, as we
It's on
noted at the
CS:GO's
top of the
absolute
show,
comedy.
coming up
Do I
at the
hear my
very end,
panic
we
at
got
the
a very special
disco?
surprise. So go ahead and do yourself a favor and stick around all the way through till the end. But again, a huge thanks, Joe Ziegler, Joe Cross, Andrew Witz, and Lars Bach, and thank you all for being here today. And of course, again, to echo Ziegler, thank you so much to the entire dev team here at
Played
Bungie.
CS
Thank you
on
so
and
much for
off
being
for
here
25
today.
years.
Whether you're here with us in
That's
person
fair.
or
Like I
you're
said,
at
I've
home,
never touched it.
It's your contributions that
I
make
just
Marathon possible.
I can't
So
do
truly
games where
thank you.
you're
It's
hip
honestly a delight
firing.
to be here today. And again, of course,
Call of Duty
the crew
4
here,
ruined
thank
that
you all
for
so
me.
much for all of your hard
Way
work.
back in the day.
It's been
It's like I can aim down
incredible seeing the
sights.
stage come up so much or so quickly.
If I can't
rather.
aim down
So
sights, I
thank
don't
you so
care
much.
about
It's
this
been a
game.
gargantuan effort, and it's all thanks to your efforts. And most importantly, again, to all of you fine folks out there for joining us today. It's such a privilege for us to get the opportunity to share what we've been working on, and it matters most when you show up and join us. We know you have busy days, and we're thankful to be a part of it. So thank you for joining us here on this Saturday morning. And of course, we got something fun at the end. Make sure you stick around for a little bit longer. We're going to be rating Scarrow and Mr. Raffle Waffles, Milo, out there here just after the show ends. So go ahead and tell them we said hello when you get a chance to drop into their chat.
No.
But as has
Don't tell me
become
what
kind
to
of
do.
tradition here at Bungie with our streams, we've saved just one more special thing here for you at the end.
We're working at
We've
Office
told you a
Depot.
lot about the game so far, but
We
haven't
had
a
customer
chance to
drop
really
off a
touch on that
laptop
area
for
just yet.
cleaning.
And we're
My
really
coworker's
excited to tell the story
benchmark
that's
test
innovative in the
was to
extraction
download
shooter space,
CS:GO
both in and
after
out of the
playing
game,
for an hour.
and we'd love to show you a glimpse of that now. So we've had the opportunity to partner
Can you run
with
CS:GO?
Academy
Yeah,
and
it's
Emmy
good.
Award-winning director Alberto Mielgo to go ahead and show you just a bit of a snapshot of what life is like on Tau Ceti. So we hope you enjoy, but in the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you all Starside.
Look at that. There's a box on the ground. Moody! How you doing? Some granny out there getting KD with an hour worth of gameplay. Okay.
I met a traveler from an antique land who said, "Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that it sculptor well those passions red which yet survive. Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, lifeless thing that mocked them. And the heart that fed, and the heart that fed.
Yeah, okay, but we appreciate about that. About you, Moody? Yeah.
Welcome once again. Once again. Alpha New Shell. Alpha New Shell feeling.
I mean, it feels just like what it is, right? Like $1 trillion.
Like $1 trillion. Sakaguchi Genetics sent a reminder. Your shell repayment is coming up and will be charged against your line of credit.
Yeah, I know. Do you mind if we skip the formalities this time? Got a big contract waiting down there, so.
Understood. Let's proceed with your grounding exercise. Are you familiar with this item?
That's my lucky charm. Yeah. It's supposed to be my lucky charm.
Wait, what it... Fuck, I'd give this game a whirl. I'm down to give it a whirl.
Can you identify her?
Yeah, that's my
What's that?
mom. That's your mom.
No announcements
Now,
on the alpha
consider
beta coming
this.
soon.
Do you
They said there's one
recognize
at the end of the
this
month.
Who are you?
I don't know.
It's you.
Really?
They said there's one near the end of the month and then another one a little bit down the road.
Hey, what's that you're always tune into? Worth anything?
I don't know, but I like it. It speaks to me.
Let me listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you ever wonder what happened to these people?
It's not my business.
But Moody, I hope you're doing well today.
You'll have a tough time finding a buyer.
Good. It's not for sale. Give it to me.
That's my loot, girl. Husband is mayonnaise. He gets that a lot. No, Hellsman is the dude with good eyebrows. Also likes to play a lot of COD. And is highly entertaining.
And on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains. Nothing
I prefer Heinz. I think everybody does.
Round the decay of that colossal wreck. Round the decay of that boundless and bare. Boundless. The lone and level sand. Stretch far away.
No, our boy. Honestly, out of the 4 characters they showed off, Hells, I think Void is yours.
Do you recognize this child?
I don't know. Is that me?
Jesus. Sign up for Alpha, join the Discord. If they include more animations of this caliber during gameplay sessions, I'm gonna love it. This was cool, honestly. Holy shit. And they do have a full 20-minute video on the.
You kind of feel the blood pumping.
Got him, got him, got him.
On their YouTube channel. Graphics are nice. Yeah. It's us. We cute. Hydrate. Yeah, it's just them after that. If us all click that Discord link. Yeah, I got you. Boop. If interested, that is a link to their Discord. I'm just trying to figure out where to go to. Okay. Well, my hair just gets loads more volume. I mean, once you get the alpha, you can probably just leave. Oh God. As a content creator, I'm also interested in this game. Oh God. I'll join. Well, from a little bit that I can see, it looks like their Discord wasn't even ready for this. It's just people spamming alpha in their general chat. Like, can I show this? I feel like I can. Oh, fuck it. Like, literally, it's just. I think some people were interested in the game. Like some people are spamming other things like links to a map. The fuck? When do we get the message? Is it happening here too? Yeah. Yeah, it's only a few people. It's not too many. Yeah, they weren't. Is it just everywhere? Like this one doesn't even load. Holy fuck, look at how many are online. 62,000. Yeah, that's wild. For a Discord of a game that just shown off, 62K is insane. First Ascended did that too when they showed off stuff like that. And then Marvel Rivals before that actually came out was kind of the same way. Discord's more popular now than it was back in the day. Wild. Just spamming it in both. That's crazy. Anywho. Yeah, I already have the thing on the wish list. So similar to Marvel Rivals and Hunt. Yeah, I already popped this bitch on there a while ago. 62K is too much. No, what's too much is they didn't tell anybody where to put anything. So they're spamming it in lore discussions and general chat. And I assume here as well. That's wild. Here, I'm gonna enjoy the spam. Hey, let's go spam. That's crazy. Well, that's their fault. Right? They just said join our Discord for a chance at the alpha. No, just because there's no thing for it. How many are offline? I'm not gonna fuck with that. That's insane. Anyway, how about I'll wait to join when they finally announce the leak to join the alpha? Yeah. I'll let you know when, because I normally just follow everybody on everything. Let's get some of that going. And then who's doing what? Gross. Well, here's the thing. If they just post the link in the Discord, I'll just snag the link. With all due respect, hack the Discord. It's fair. Like I said, I'll let you know. Oh, I know who we can raid. I have someone, but only if you absolutely need someone to raid. Shoot. I'm done with meeting new people. Who are we raiding? I was looking at Turtle. He's currently doing Dragon Ball Super. It looks like he just started to. You seem excited. I like your choice. I think I spelled it right. Yeah. Now we're gonna raid Turtle. He's currently doing Dragon Ball Super, the card game. Pop in, say hi. He's good people. Thanks for hanging out with me for this little pop-up stream. I may be back later for some video editing. Boy. Oh my god. What's wrong with my... There we go. Peace out. Bye. Have a good night. Or good day. It's noon. Good day. Oh, it's noon. Have a great day, bud, and I'll see you later. Robbie, it's so nice seeing you again. I'm also glad you're here. You're doing good. But I'll see you guys on the next one.